following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics. And for the fathers out there, I hope you had a good Father's Day. We didn't do a Father's Day show last week, so we're gonna have a Father's Day show because you're watching this and it's past, but as we're talking, it's the next day. Is that confusing enough?
No, it is. Well, it's Sunday. Today's Friday.
All right, and this is my partner in crime.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Yeah. Well, happy Father's Day to you, too.
No, we got a couple stories about our kids.
Yeah,
we're proud of our kids.
Well, kid for you and kids for me.
Yes, you have how many? You have 11.
I have 7. I have 4 stepchildren.
So you got 11.
11, yes. I'm glad to see you.
How many are living at home?
Without taking your shoes off. I have 2 still living at home. One's he's going into a sophomore year of college, and then my stepdaughter's going to be a freshman. She's actually going out to Ringe to go to college out there.
So she's not going to drive back and forth?
No, she's going to live, stay with her father. She's going to Franklin Pierce out in Ringe.
Law school?
No, it's a college. There is a Franklin Pierce.
Law school. Okay, all right, okay.
But she's going to the regular college there.
Okay, so now you'll only have one. But why? What about this other one? You got one left in the house.
Yeah, well, there'll be one left while she's at school in September. He lives at home and then drives to Sutton University, New Hampshire.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's right.
And he's got a scholarship, and she got scholarships. Unbelievable.
Well, since we're talking about children, I have a story to tell you that's I can't believe it. My son, as you know, is in China. Mm-hmm. And he kind of wanted to come home a couple times. And I said, listen, Sky, you're in China. Right now, this is the crossroads of history of what's taking place. Turning, the economic powers, etc. The Chinese will take it over. And you're there. So, Sky, stay. So he stays. So I get a call. And, my phone rings, and there's his picture, as you know. Mm-hmm. And he says to me, Dad, I got something to tell you. He said, I'm talking to this man, and he, by the communists, gave him, I think it was 8 or 9 square miles right next to the ocean to do whatever he wanted to do. The Chinese were so sick and tired of having resources and all these intelligent people, and they don't know how to do it. So they give this guy this land, and they said, we're not going to give you any money, but we're going to give you the power. So that sounds good.
What do you mean the power? The power to do what?
To let people start businesses. They never did this before. Mm-hmm. So I said, well, what do you mean this is... No, Dad, this was the first place. And from this, it has grown. I said, and you're talking to who? He says, I'm talking to his interpreter because the guy is dead. And I'm going, because the guy obviously brought a lot of English people in, etc., and he needed an interpreter. But the interpreter obviously is brilliant. So he says, I don't know how to handle this, meaning a story. And I said, Sky, this is not a story. It's a book. This is basically the birth of, free enterprise
Yeah.
inside of China. And nobody knows it but this one person. So I said, my God. So anyway, he had a live free or die on his wrist, which he,
Right.
and the man said, geez, I really like that. Do you have another one? And Sky tells me that. I said, Sky, give it to him. He's 78 years
Right.
old. They go out once a week and to have lunch. And he says, when we go out, they don't pay for food. Everybody is treating him with respect. And I'm going, Sky, you're talking to the person who worked with the person who started the first free enterprise system of our system in China. If you can't get a book out of that.
How big is it? How big have they grown? You said 9 acres. Is it full?
No. This was like 10 or 15 square miles.
I thought you said 9 acres.
No,
Okay,
no.
9 miles. Right?
No. Oh, no, this is big.
Yeah.
How far has it grown?
Yeah.
Right from there, the Communist Party learned through the free enterprise system, and still the Communist Party, not owning it,
Right.
but sort of running it. That's how they started making all that money. That's how they started bringing other businesses from around the world, because they had all this labor, cheap labor, and it was just because of this one person. And you wouldn't know him, because historically,
Right.
as soon as the Communist Party changed, they sort of fired him, but they kept his principle going. And so nobody knows the man. There's only one person still alive who worked with him from the very beginning. Wouldn't that be a good book, How Free Enterprise
Oh, yeah, without
Started?
a doubt. So what's he going to do? Is he going to listen to you?
Well, of course
I
he's
mean,
not.
I wouldn't listen to you, but I mean,
No,
hopefully he's your son. He'll
I know,
listen to you.
I know, but
Yeah.
so I said I'm really proud. So that I thought everybody would like to know that, because he is trying to be he is a writer
Yeah.
and an editor.
Is he still
Oh,
teaching?
and by the way, he got a new job, working on a magazine instead
Right.
of the newspaper.
But is he still teaching?
No,
No more teaching.
no more teaching.
Yeah.
So now he's in a magazine, which is obviously a step up. And then from there, I guess what a lot of writers don't know, if you go to China, and there are English papers, if you start working there and start getting good, people from Europe start looking over into China. Instead of sending people over, it's cheaper to hire somebody there.
Right.
So that's his next step. So that's
No,
just
that's
a great
awesome.
story. So let's hear your son, who
No,
was a recruiter now, but
yeah,
he
Marine
fixed
recruiter. He
helicopters.
used to fix helicopters, and I think in February he's going to get retrained in the Osprey, because
The
the Marine Corps,
Osprey.
yeah, the Osprey, because the Marine Corps did away with the CH-46s,
I
which
thought,
was
but it's the Osprey.
the Osprey's the one that's either goes into a helicopter or
Yeah.
airplane mode.
Yeah.
So he's on recruit duty in Lawrence, doing a great job. Last night I had a GOP function in Londonderry, our Londonderry Republican Committee, and then I had to rush out at 8:15 to go meet my daughter in Pelham, my baby. She just got engaged, and
How old
she
is
has
your
a baby. Oh, she's almost 3 months old. But anyways,
Your daughter's 3 months
no,
old?
my baby's baby. She had a baby.
Yeah, okay.
That's almost 3 months. My daughter's 24. She has a master's degree. But anyways, I went and looked at a house with them last night in Pelham.
Yeah.
So they're looking to buy a house. What a beautiful house. It's a repo, a HUD repo.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
a big, I told him, I said, for your first home, it's kind of big. But, the house was like about $305,000. So
Oh, my
it was
God.
a steal. I mean, it's huge,
It's a
this
steal.
house. I can't believe it. Beautiful privacy area. So they put a contract in on it, a bid.
Yeah.
And they won the bid, on the house. So they wanted me to look at it last night before
Yeah.
they signed the papers today. So I did, and I went and I just said, Pelham's got some high taxes. You know what I mean? For even though it's $300,000,
Yeah.
whatever, I think they'll end up financing maybe 280 somewhere around
Yeah,
there with the money
yeah.
they put down. It's still almost $7,000 in taxes, property taxes. You know what I mean? So that's $700-800 a month just in property taxes to live in Pelham.
Well, it's not that much,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But
I
her,
understand.
but her boyfriend, which her future husband, works for Oracle, and she's got a great job making good money. So she said, Dad, we can afford it. I said, okay, well, what happens if one don't go to work? Well, he gets bonuses. He just made a big sale, and he's getting like a $30,000 bonus on a sale that he did. You know, 1 point something million or whatever the hell he did.
So you got, now we know about 2 of your children. What about the rest? Tell us
Well,
what
I have another one that's out in California doing TV shows. He got a communications degree out of University of New England.
Any TV shows we know?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name with the where they go pickers. See pickers where
Oh,
they're
yes.
going. He's behind doing
No,
writing.
the people who go around picking.
Yeah, he
and-
was
and
doing
the
writing for that and
antiques.
doing them, doing the camera and stuff like that. Then another show he was doing with the race cars, outlaw race cars
Oh, yeah.
on National
Yes,
Geographic
yes.
or one of History
Yeah,
Channel.
right.
He's done stuff on National Geographic, on Google, MSNBC. He also just started a company doing social media. You know, he's got 4 clients. He can do that anytime.
Oh, sure.
So
and
he's
do
doing
it
pretty
not
good.
only anytime, anywhere.
I got another daughter that she graduated from Lynn College in Boca Raton, and she's worked for did an internship with the Red Sox about 6 years
What
ago.
is she?
She interned. They're running the stuff for the Red
First
Sox.
base,
No,
pitcher,
the
what?
front office
All right,
stuff,
okay.
sales and stuff.
Right, okay.
But anyways, after she graduated, She moved back to Boston, and she went with the Red Sox, and she was there for about 4 or 5 years. Now she went to some big media, national media,
Yeah.
be their sales manager. Because in the Red Sox front office, you don't grow unless somebody dies.
Yeah.
Moves out because people are there for life in
Yeah.
those jobs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So she's doing good. I
So
can't
all
complain.
your kids are doing fine.
All my kids, yeah, they're not in my pockets. They're all doing good. I got one in Florida, doing good. Him and his wife. I got 2 granddaughters there. That's why I go back and forth.
How many grandchildren?
I have 7 granddaughters and 2 great grandkids.
That's
And
9?
That's 9.
9.
9. My oldest my oldest daughter, I adopted. My first wife had
Okay,
a daughter.
sure.
So in order to be on the same, team, name, everything,
Yeah.
we adopted. She's a beautiful girl, and she had 2 daughters, and her one daughter had 2 kids, and those are my 2 great grandkids.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
Your great-grandfather?
I'm a great grandfather.
This
So
how- you
life
know,
is- life has
Did
been
you
great.
ever think that you would be a grandfather?
Not at all, because
Did
I
you
was
ever think
wild.
you'd be a great
I was a
grandfather?
good-looking guy growing up. At least that's what the women told me. I dated more women
Well, you've been
that most people
you know,
dreamed of.
You've been
And,
married more
married-
more
well,
numbers
I'm-
than my phone number.
I'm on my 3rd married life. I married an angel. God bless. Somebody's looking out for me.
Well,
You met my
yeah,
bride.
yeah, I'm not sure if you deserve her after
somebody's
you're
looking
going
out
for
for me.
Trump, and Trump is really screwing things up.
No,
okay,
no.
so the kids are fine.
Yeah, the kids are all great. Yeah,
All right, so I just want
nobody's in my pocket.
All right. So what we just did is talk about our children because this is our Father's Day show, and actually Sunday it'll be Father's Day. But when you see this show, your Father's Day had already taken place a week later, right?
Right, that's right.
Very simple,
That's right.
not complicated.
And how's the better half doing? I understand she's not running.
Lee, no, she is not. She,
she's going to be missed because
she had one term as a state representative, and it was 3 couples. We were one
Right.
of, and you know what really I find very strange? If there's 3 couples married, I'm surprised someone just didn't do a little story on that.
yeah, you ain't kidding.
You know,
The
just
Obers-
just to ask, because there'd be
Yeah.
a lot of questions.
Right.
And I'm
I
thinking to
agree.
myself, up here, do we care? Do
Lynn,
we care about our
I don't know who the other. I'm
representatives?
trying to think who the other couple is. I know Lynn Ober and Russ
Lynn Ober.
But Lynn Ober and Russ Ober for the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Russ has been a guru on Ways and Means for many years. He's sharp as a whistle, Air Force decorated pilot, Vietnam veteran. And then Lynn Ober is unbelievable, when it comes to the numbers.
Lynn
And they work hand in
Ober.
hand
Yeah.
with
Lynn
Democrats.
Ober, by the way, I'll tell you this quick story because it has something to do with Lynn Ober. Yesterday was our last day in session. So the Speaker's right-hand man, big guy,
Yeah, Dick Hinch.
Dick. So I'm sitting and I'm watching the Speaker, and he walks up and he goes like this. And I go, and everybody, the Speaker looks over. What the hell is going on? And the people around there. So he goes,
Who goes like this? The Speaker to
no,
Dick
Finch
Hinch?
is doing this to me.
Oh, yeah?
Come. So I'm going, what the hell did I do? So I get up and he says, Secretary of State wants to see you right away. What? So I get over to the Secretary of State's office, and he shakes my hand. He says, "Congratulations!
What'd you
I
do?
have signed it, and we'll take a picture of the bill that has gone on for 6 years
Is that
to
the
help
FRM one?
the people who lost all the money on FRM." And I said, then we saw the governor, and we don't know if the governor is going to sign it because we had a kind of an argument over FRM. And then if she signs it, could we have a signing, meaning the people who lost all the money could be there?
You know, I have to respect you fighting for that, and I understand because the state was, dropped the ball. But the state and country, many states dropped the ball on many people that got scammed in stocks. And I think we opened up a can of worms with that because now you're going to see we owe all these other people that lost money.
Let me.
So that's
let
just
me,
my opinion.
No, hold it.
You didn't. I said I respect you.
Hold on a
Why
second.
would you fight?
Let me clarify this.
I'm going to agree to disagree
What
with you.
you're
What you
saying
say?
is incorrect.
No, it's not. I don't think so.
What you're saying, we have proof that it's incorrect.
And we have proof
And
that
if
other
you read
.com
the
companies.
bill, no, hold on a second. Hold on. I did some research to find out. This is FRM.
Right.
40 or 50 million lost. Hundreds of people in New Hampshire
Right.
lost their money. So I did a little research, and I
Okay.
said, when did our government let its people down worse than this? Are we 10th? Are we 12th? Do you know what I found that was worse than FRM? FRM came in second. The Civil War.
Show me where you did your research.
Because
Tell me where you
the
did your research,
Civil
'cause you throw
War,
stuff out there
we
that
had
really-
Southerners
you think
up
this stuff
here.
real fast.
We had Southerners up here.
Yeah.
They left. We took their land. We had people who were living up here couldn't pay their taxes
Okay.
because they couldn't put in their
Okay.
crops because so the state of New Hampshire at that particular moment in history
Okay.
did nothing to assist. And you're a veteran.
Yeah.
You're a
No.
veteran. They did nothing. So now you move it down to here.
I disagree with you, what you just said. Because what about all the faulty loans that the banks did to people that bought homes that end up foreclosing on them? They screwed people. I worked with a guy, and the judge
What
agreed
has this
with
got
me.
to do with this?
Because I'm telling you, we opened up a can of worms.
Excuse me.
If somebody invested in a bad deal,
Excuse me.
why did they
Excuse-
go to court?
Hold on a second.
They should have went to court
Well,
like
they
I
did.
did.
They did go to court.
I took this guy into the court
many times
and saved
they've
his
gone-
house.
Many times they've gone to court, but there seems to be a little
Right.
awkward law that you can't sue the
Why are you
state.
getting aggravated? Why are you getting all red?
Well,
Because we
I've
agree to
been working
disagree.
on this for 6
I know
years,
that.
and you don't know what you're
But
talking
you did
about.
nothing for the people that lost their homes on foreclosures that got screwed over.
It's
with,
not
with
the
nighttime.
same thing.
It's not the
Those
state.
were banks that did
Our
that.
bank, but our state and
That
our
was Wall
attorney
Street
generals,
that did
Republicans
that.
and Democrats did nothing.
Excuse me.
But our attorney
Our
generals,
attorney general
both
either
of them,
lied
Republicans and
or
Democrats
she was the
did
worst
nothing.
attorney general ever
Oh,
lived.
give it a break, will you? I'm just
The
saying.
banking
you
commissioner had
opened a
two
ca-
brothers involved with it. And when the business
you opened a
closed,
can of
who
worms.
do they call?
You
Do
know
they
something?
call the attorney general? They
As-
call him.
As far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
what you're saying is hearsay. And the reason why I say it's hearsay, nothing ever was challenged in court. They never proved that Kelly Ayotte had anything to do with it. They never
You're
proved it.
kidding
Show me
me.
where. Show me where on your
You're
phone.
kidding me.
Pull out your phone.
Well,
show me where she
hold
did.
on, wait a minute.
Pull out your
Hold-
phone and
wait,
show me
wait,
the facts.
Hold on a second. There's one book written on it.
I don't care
and
about a book.
Excuse me.
That's somebody's
Excuse me.
opinion. Show me where
the head
she
of
was-
security's
show
opinion.
me where
so
she
I
was
will
challenged
bring
in
in
court.
I will bring in the book, and I'm
I
gonna
don't
I'm
care
gonna
about a
show you.
book.
And now it has been signed. The bill is in. Kelly Ayotte, you're in a lot of trouble
No,
right
you're
now.
not.
Take my word for
No,
it.
she's not.
When they find out what you didn't do,
And the Governor Lynch.
they should not put you
And
there.
Governor Lynch, people went to him, and he did nothing. Okay, they brought the complaint, so it's a two-way street. You only, as a Democrat, want to go after the Republican.
No.
Okay,
no,
yeah,
no,
you
no,
do.
no,
It's
no,
a partisan.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. It makes no difference if it's Democrat or Republican. The fact is.
Then why aren't you bringing up Lynch that
wait
dropped
a
the
minute.
ball on this too?
Who?
Governor Lynch.
He didn't
Well,
drop the
he
ball
was the
on
governor
this.
at the time.
He wasn't even there.
They brought the complaints to him.
No, they did not.
Oh, that's
they
a
brought
bunch
it to
of BS.
banking. They brought it to
That's-
the
no,
Attorney
they didn't.
General.
He was well aware of
What
it.
the hell's wrong with
Governor
you?
Lynch was well
you
aware
know,
of it.
you know what the
You know?
what the problem is with Al. there was a committee that I was on because I'm Commerce on House Senate, and guess who
Nobody
ran the
was-
committee for the
took
House Senate?
them to court.
Was the governor now. Then there was a report. Then there was another committee called Chandler Report. So now you got 3 things that have taken place and 1 book written on the subject.
With all these
And
reports,
guess what, ladies and gentlemen? No bill that you know has that much, and that's the truth.
in our country, you're innocent until proven guilty. What they did, if they found all this stuff, well, nobody's gone to court yet. Okay, is it hearsay? Okay, are you getting sad stories? Are emotions involved? You did not do nothing to Commerce for the banking industry that screwed over many people that lost their homes. So,
Yeah,
and I
no, it wasn't.
I got
No,
nothing
no, no,
against trying to
no,
help
hold
a
on a
group,
second. Hold on a
but
second.
help everybody.
No, wait. I'm in
Don't pick and
Commerce, which
choose.
is banking and insurance. So let me.
You pick and choose. No.
Excuse me. Let me give
know
you.
some-
No, let me just
No.
give
The
you
speaker
a
didn't
little
even have
lesson. No,
confidence in
hold on
your-
a second.
in your committee.
Let me give you a little lesson.
I don't trust anything
Look,
you say.
we have a banking commission in the state of New
Okay,
Hampshire,
yes, and
right?
they dropped the ball.
All right, no.
They
Yeah,
dropped the ball.
oh, they dropped the ball.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about are banks.
Okay, banking and commission, banks.
No,
Okay.
no, it's
you don't have to be
not
a
the
rocket
same.
scientist. Why ain't it the same?
The state is not private. The state is the state, not a private
Okay,
banking
yes.
system.
And we have an attorney general system, and we
Yes.
have the right for
And
individuals to
they
get
did
lawyers, and we
nothing.
have the right, the
And
individuals to
they
get
were
lawyers.
told,
Why didn't the individuals
Look,
get lawyers?
if the governor signs this, Kelly Ayotte, if you vote for her,
That's a
it's
bunch-
going to be a big
that's a
mistake.
bunch of BS.
Because
Don't
you're
believe-
going to learn why.
Don't believe anything he just said because it's hearsay. Nobody is taking this to court.
I'll tell you what.
Okay.
If you want, hey, listen.
It's all hearsay.
Hey, 3 reports. Oh, and but wait, hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let's see if I have
You know,
it here.
the reports are only as good as the person
you
that's
know,
doing them.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something about that. The interesting thing is somebody came up to me yesterday and gave me a phone number and a telephone. Somebody is looking to do a documentary on it. I wonder if I will be in on this documentary.
doubt it.
A
I doubt it.
documentary
I
over
doubt it.
this?
You bring
Kelly
this stuff.
Ayotte's going to look bad.
I doubt it. I don't think so. I think the governor knew about it. People
no.
that were sitting in at the committee, they talked to the governor.
No.
They talked to the governor about the issues. You just don't want to bring up the truth.
Look, you know, Al, I love you, but this is kind of what I do for 8
Yeah, but
years,
you
and
know
now
something?
you're turning
Okay,
around and
okay,
saying,
hear me out for a second.
No,
if this is what you do for
I
8
am
years,
I'm
Speaker
not.
Norelli
listen,
had no confidence
I
in your
am
committee
not-
to handle Medicaid
I
expansion.
am not. Hold on a second. I am not picking on Kelly
Yeah, you
Ayotte
are.
because she's
Yeah, you
Kelly
are.
Ayotte.
You just threw out some
I
BS.
am telling you,
okay?
she was the Attorney General.
Okay, and Governor Lynch was the
She
governor.
had the knowledge.
Governor Lynch
and
was the
she
governor.
said she didn't, and we proved she did.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Are you telling me
That's
now-
a lie.
Are you telling me
You
not
want
one
the proof?
person-
You
Wait,
want the proof?
Listen to me for a
All right,
second.
we're going to be done because I'm going to bring in
Yeah.
the proof.
I want to,
Ladies
show
and
me,
gentlemen,
show
I'll
me the
bring in
court
the proof.
documents. I want court
You know,
documents. I don't want hearsay
you wanna-
from committee
you wanna know
that
s-
people come in and put in their emotions.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, what happens?
Show
I
me the court
usually
documents.
bring something in like my iPhone or iPad and forget it. I left my
No,
iPhone
because-
in the car,
because
and
you
it's right on the
never,
iPhone. I
ever-
could have pulled it up.
You never ever bring up the facts.
Okay.
Show me the court documents and I'll tell you I'm wrong. Show me the court documents. Not different studies because the Democrats are in charge of most of those studies. Okay, so please give it a break. All right, it's a witch hunt.
Al,
I can't believe
you
it.
can't. You
No.
can't get out of this.
I am going to get out of
The
it.
governor will
Show-
sign it.
You show
and
me the
then,
court documents.
And then I have a real feeling
If-
that this FRM that could be part that will bring Kelly Ayotte down because nobody had all the information except
Okay.
2 people. I was one of them.
Okay.
Two of
Can I add
us.
something? Okay, I'm going to say this once. If you were frauded on anything there and the state knew about it, come see Ken Gids in. Let's see if he puts in legislation to protect you.
It wasn't.
Okay? We're picking and
excuse me.
choosing winners and losers.
Excuse me.
That's what we're
They
doing.
came to the Attorney General. They went to
Okay.
banking,
Okay.
and they did nothing.
And what about the
They did
people
nothing.
on the .com? What about the people on these other scams that
has-
have gone on?
Look,
They've gone to the
look,
Attorney General
it's a
throughout the years.
typical Republican thing,
No.
which I will not put up with, and you know it.
Well, you know, you got
If
no
we're
choice, 'cause
talking,
I'm not
no,
shutting
if
up.
we're talking about one subject
No.
and you move on to another
You
subject,
have no choice.
that's wrong.
No. I brought up
Okay.
factual. You
We,
cannot, the
ladies and
state
gentlemen,
can,
are going to change.
the state. No, I'm not changing nothing. The state cannot pick winners and losers, and that's what you did.
Really? Now let
Can-
me see.
can you
Let
show
me,
me a court document?
Ladies and gentlemen, if the state has been notified that there is wrongdoing and you happen to have you're the banking commissioner, two brothers are in on FRM, right? And potentially maybe you're in on it, so now they call banking commission and they want to know how good this company is.
Okay.
What is the banking commissioner going to say?
Okay.
He's going to say it's great. Oh, and guess what? When it closed, they didn't call the attorney general. They called the banking commissioner, the person from FRM, who went up and got the computer and brought it back and had it for
You know
24
something?
hours.
Trust
the
but
banking
verify.
commissioner. And I got news for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Trust but verify.
They fired him.
I will bet my last dime right here. He owes me 3 lunches and he owes me $100 to my charity, which has never been paid.
God's sakes.
I will bet my last dime he has no court documents to back whatever he said. Do you have court documents?
I'm not talking anymore about it.
Do you have court
I'm not
documents?
talking. Yeah,
to back?
do
No.
I have court? Yeah, I got lots of court
No,
documents.
you got studies.
No.
Kelly
these are
Ayotte,
not studies.
you show me
No,
court documents on
excuse
Kelly
me.
Ayotte.
After,
You
excuse me.
made a comment about
Okay,
Kelly
excuse me.
Ayotte.
After the House Senate Commerce, that's part I was on, it was so bad that, regarding the Attorney General and banking, it was so bad that the majority of the people refused to sign off on the report, and that never happens. This
Okay.
was taken to a judge, and a
Listen,
retired
since
judge,
you said-
Paula Chandler report.
since-
So guess
Since
what?
you're a legend in your own mind,
Yeah.
and you sit on the bank, and you guys are God's gift to the state. What did
Why do
your
you say
commi-
that?
Because I wanted you just protected
What are you talking
FRM.
about?
What did your
Protected
committee do?
FRM?
Listen to me. You just
No,
protected where they can get money
we're
back.
supposed. No, hold on a second.
Let me finish.
We're supposed to
me
watch
finish.
the government.
Yeah, you are.
And we did it.
Okay, now I'm going to ask you a
And
question.
the government did something
I-
wrong.
That's right. That's why I said you guys are
So
legends.
I turned
So
around.
now I want to know is
Excuse me.
how did
hold
your
on a second.
committee?
Wait, hold on a second.
No,
hold on. Wait,
no.
a minute.
Will you
Didn't
let me ask my
no,
question?
Didn't you take somebody off who was stealing money from the veterans? Did you get them off a committee?
Did we get him off the
Yes.
committee?
Did you get somebody off the committee who was stealing money from the veterans?
We went. No, the attorney. We got the attorney general's office involved. Yeah, we got lawyers involved, and then the people.
What did the attorney general do?
Well, they investigated, and then we got them out of the state because they weren't registered.
And then what did
they
the
weren't
attorney general
registered.
do?
We also the people there. They got burnt.
did he do anything?
Put law things. Yeah, they did. They
Okay, the
did.
attorney general
Okay,
did something.
now, yeah.
All right, now let me ask you
Okay,
a question.
No more questions
So-
for you. No,
so
no
if
more. No,
The
no.
attorney
Stop.
general did
Stop.
something for you.
Stop.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Answer my question.
We're moving on.
No, answer my
Yeah,
question.
okay.
In the banking, with all them frauds on deeds that went on here and people that were foreclosed homes,
Yep.
okay, here in New Hampshire, did your committee investigate the fraud that went on with people with their deeds and other stuff and lost their homes in bogus foreclosures? Did you investigate?
That's not our job to investigate.
Oh, it's not your job.
No, we're
You're
not
banking,
no, no.
right? Don't you oversee banking?
Commission
Aren't
does
you
that.
banking?
No, we
How'd you get
have
involved in it?
power over the banking system
did
in
nothing
the
for those
state of
people.
New Hampshire.
So you did nothing for them.
Not
Okay.
banking.
You just answered my question. You did nothing for those people, but yet for FRM, you did for them.
Excuse me.
Do you oversee
no,
stocks?
Hold,
Stock company?
Hold on a second.
Do your committee oversee stock companies?
You know something, Al? I really don't brag about stuff I do,
Because there's not much in your
but
committee.
you brought a few things up, like what do we do for banking?
I'm just saying, what did you
I
do for
got
the
in a
people who
lot
lost
of
their
trouble
homes?
because I did a lot and screwed banking
Like
up.
what? Tell me like what?
How
Tell
about
me like what?
insurance?
Okay, insurance. People got high deductibles.
Right. And what? No. What did
Okay.
I do for
Yeah,
the
what did you do?
insurance?
What did you do?
When they came in and wanted bills taken care of?
Like what? Tell
I
me like what?
shut
Like
them
what?
off.
Like what?
Shut them down.
Give me an example. Like what? Example. Give me examples. You're bringing stuff up so people can understand
You know,
that you're just
you
not
know,
talking
Al,
hearsay.
if this was so easy to explain, I would. It's not.
It has got to be. I can explain.
You know, it's
I can
not.
tell you right now.
Well,
I can tell you right now. Medicaid expansion. We took 22,000 people off insurance, and we forced them under government dole. People got high deductibles
government
because
dole?
yeah, and Medicaid expansion.
Government dole.
They lost their insurance.
Excuse me. How many people in your area would have
About
lost their insurance?
261 lost their insurance in my district.
That's wrong.
It might have gone up to 300.
No.
It might have gone up a little
You're
more.
right around 600.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Because
no, I'm not.
over
No, I'm not.
in
200.
all right.
It was
In
261.
Nashua,
It might be up
in
more
Nashua,
now.
it would have been 2,000.
But the bottom line is they were, because of Obamacare, it was forced. Your committee did nothing.
And did you have any
For those people.
Did you have another insurance to take this over?
Did we have another
Yeah.
insurance?
Did you have something else? You don't want to do.
We had 3
to
insurance
expand
companies.
Medicaid. Excuse me.
Okay.
What did you have?
You're
What did you have?
the duty expert. I'll tell you what we had.
Insurance
We
companies?
had 3 insurance companies involved with Medicaid that was designed to help poor people. 3 insurance companies, private insurance we had within our Medicaid.
Okay,
For low income.
I'm not going to brag.
Okay?
I'm just.
I know.
Look,
You sit on banking
I'm not going to
and
brag. I'm
commerce.
just going to tell you a little something that I
Tell
did.
me fact. Don't give me
And-
BS.
no, wait a minute.
Fact.
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 I'm going to tell you something. I never told anyone because it wasn't necessary, and you don't get anything for it.
Okay, I'm listening.
When O'Brien made it illegal to form
Okay.
an insurance exchange,
That's right,
all right?
which we did.
Made it illegal.
We didn't want to spend $3 to $5 million.
One insurance
okay.
company came along,
Right.
went to the federal government and said, "We'll run it."
And they said they didn't do it. They didn't do it. What happened is we still send people to the exchange. They're running the Medicaid expansion.
Wait a minute.
Not Obamacare.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
You don't know what you're talking
One
about. You sit on
insurance
that committee.
came in and we didn't have an
Okay.
one company. And you want to know what they did?
Antrim, not City Country.
And you want to know one thing
Okay.
they did?
I'm very familiar
They
with this
cut a
stuff.
hospital out here in the city of Nashua.
No, they did not. There was a suits going on
No.
because of billing in Exeter. There was 10 hospitals.
You know,
That's bull.
you know,
they had
Al,
issues with
this
Antrim.
is my town.
Antrim was paying 33 cents on the dollar
This is my
to these
town, Al.
hospitals.
Take my word for it.
No.
Take my word
no,
for it.
I can't believe you.
Yeah,
I'm
okay,
not
you don't
believing
believe
you.
me.
I
Well,
don't.
myself
believe you.
and a few other people
Nope.
got into a lot of trouble.
Because of
but that
Obamacare.
insurance in the state of New Hampshire,
Okay.
that very hospital that lost money
If-
here in the city of Nashua is now back at
If-
full, and they are now rebuilding.
Don't believe Al
okay.
Baldessaro. Contact the insurance commissioner's office and ask them what happened and how the 22,000 people lost their insurance because of the ACA. Okay?
You know something, Al?
Call them. Don't
Yeah,
believe
you-
me.
you know,
Call up
excuse
there
me,
and get
yeah,
the
yeah,
real
all
facts.
right,
Trust but
all right,
verify.
Okay, who pays your insurance?
I do. I pay a quarterly premium.
To who?
I pay it to the government.
Okay, how much?
I served my
Excuse me,
country
how
for
much?
22
Excuse
years.
me, how much?
I don't think it's any of your business.
Oh, I see. So if a
How much do
person
you pay?
serves a
Hey,
business,
Hey, you don't
wait, hold on a
work.
second.
Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, so if a business, but this government, wait a minute.
No,
excuse
no.
me. Excuse
I
me.
have insurance
If-
'cause I retired.
If you,
I work
if
for
you
the
were an
military.
employee,
Do you have insurance?
Excuse me. Then you're working for me.
do you have insurance?
We paid you.
I'll bet
you're
you're on.
working for me.
I'll bet you're on Medicaid expansion.
We're not taking this
Hey,
anymore.
are you on Medicaid
no,
expansion?
No, I'm not. I'm not.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to change this because
Because the
getting
truth
so-
hurts. He wants to
Yeah, I
always
know.
change the subject.
All right.
I can go on and on,
All
brother.
right, let us talk. Okay, yeah, get over here now. Okay, people have to know that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Bernie Sanders. We'll talk about Hillary Clinton.
No, let's talk about the House. Let's stay in New Hampshire.
No. We will.
Bernie's an old history. You're going to have a riot Saturday.
Excuse me.
Watch the news Saturday.
Excuse
There's
me.
going to be a riot at the Democrat convention. You going?
Excuse
Are
me.
you going to the convention?
It's quite amazing
Since we're
how
talking
Trump
Bernie.
has gone like
No,
this.
he hasn't. That's the liberal media.
Crashing.
The liberal media. Trust
when
but
you
verify.
have own Republicans.
Look at the thousands of people that
Yeah.
are showing up to his
Oh,
rallies
he
around
said
the country.
20,000 last
Look
night. There
at-
were only 4,000.
That's a bunch of BS.
People waiting
know
outside,
something?
no people waiting
Go
outside.
to Al Baldessaro Twitter, okay, and look at the pictures that I post. Or go to Donald Trump, real Donald Trump Twitters, and look at the pictures that are posted of the crowds Do not believe the
You know,
liberal media.
you-
You heard me get their butt
you
out
know-
of their,
you know,
their
Al,
head out of their butt.
You know, Al.
Did you hear me
You
say
know,
that?
and I know, without a Democratic Party, even in Nashville, I can't win.
You can't win. What do you mean you
A
can't
re-
win?
a-
Define what
a
you're trying to say.
Republican going to Washington needs the full Democratic or Republican Party to get there.
No, independents too. Don't to knock out independents there too. They're a big player
well,
here
no,
in New
it,
Hampshire.
well, yes.
Do you know there's more
No,
registered independents in New
Yes,
Hampshire?
I happen to know that. Yes, but 90% of them go to Democrat.
No, they don't.
We already know that.
No, they don't.
Okay,
They-
so you need the party. Now you're running for the presidency of the United States. You not only need the Nashua Democrats, the New Hampshire Democrats, but you need all the state Democrats.
Listen to what
in
he just
your
said.
case, it's Republicans.
Listen to what he just
Your
said.
Republicans are absolutely gone.
If you're a Democrat in New Hampshire that switched over, you know who you are, okay? Hundreds of them switched in New Hampshire to vote Republican. 20,000 in Massachusetts. 60 to 80,000 in California switched over. 5 million absentee ballots in California. Okay?
You know, Al.
Unbelievable the Democrats that are
you-
switching
you-
to support.
you-
The liberal media is making it look like Hillary's rising.
Yeah, that's right. He's really good for the media. You know how the freedom of the media, he has thrown 20 different news organizations
I
out,
just gave you facts.
Revoked their
I
rights to go in and interview him.
I just
you
gave
know,
you facts.
You know, I'll tell you something.
I gave you facts. What don't you
Yeah,
understand?
well,
Are you questioning
yes,
my facts?
Yes, and they have done it, and he's at a disapproval rating of 70%.
You know, like I said,
Disapproval rating of 70.
heard me on
There's-
TV
there has
tell the
never,
liberal media-
ever been
Wait.
anyone at 70%.
you heard me on TV
Maybe Nixon.
tell the liberal media, get their heads out of their butt, stop the yellow journalism, and focus on the issues. Trust but verify. Look at the rallies around the country. Where's Hillary? She's in hiding. Where's she at? Where's she at on the press?
Well, you know,
She's in hiding.
I got to tell you, the Democrats
She's
are
gonna be indicted
really,
soon.
really happy. It's Trump. Oh, we're thrilled it's Trump.
Hey, are
So
you on the
it's your
convention
man.
Saturday? Democrat convention?
Yes.
I'm understanding now, talking to other Democrats that said they never, state representatives,
Yeah.
10, 15 of them that I know,
Yeah.
that will never ever vote for Hillary. They said they can't believe this. There's going to be probably riots there. And
Why?
because they said the Sanders people are unhappy here in New Hampshire because Sanders won New Hampshire and the super delegates and everything else are trying to pull a fast one and knock out Sanders
So you think
delegates.
there's going to be a riot?
I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of trouble, just like in Nevada.
You
Yes.
think there's going to be a lot
I
of
think
trouble?
there's going to be a lot of trouble, just like Nevada. Am I right with
No,
the Democrat?
no,
Did something
no,
happen
no,
in
no,
the
no,
Democrat
no,
convention
no.
in Nevada?
No.
Nothing happened?
No. Yes,
Nothing?
something did happen.
What happened?
Those
Tell
weren't
us
all
what happened.
Democrats, and you know
Tell
it.
what's happened so people can.
You know
They've
that.
seen it on the
that
news.
you know that wasn't all Democrats. You know that.
Who was it?
Oh,
Inside
well,
the
there was
convention?
somebody from Bernie's
You can't-
group.
those are
and somebody
Democrats.
Like that.
Is Bernie? Those are all Democrats. Are you trying to say they're not?
All right.
Are you
You
trying
have
to say-
something more
No,
to say on the subject?
You want to talk about
Look-
Bernie?
Look, Al.
I'm talking
Al,
about Bernie.
Trump has screwed himself.
How? Let's
There
talk
is
about Bernie.
no way
Are we done
to
talking
get
about
out
Bernie?
of it.
Are we done
I
talking
am
about Bernie?
sorry for you.
Are we done talking about
I'll
Bernie?
tell you.
Answer my question.
Yes, we are.
Okay, now
I
we're on
want
Trump.
to give
Tell me
you,
how Trump.
I want to
tell
give
me how
you
Trump screwed it.
credit
Speak.
for riding his
Explain to me
coattails
how Trump screwed it.
to get the
Explain me.
veterans' issues out.
Explain to me.
But back off a little.
No, I
This
want
is
you
not
just
a
said
good-
something.
This is not a
No,
smart man.
No, yes. Explain to
He's
me
not a
why he's
smart
not a
man.
smart man. He took a business that he invested $1 million
No, I would.
and turned it into billions
Yes,
of dollars.
and all of a
Tell
sudden,
me how he's not a
ladies-
smart
all
man.
of a sudden, ladies and gentlemen, we're finding out there's 3,800 lawsuits against him, little tiny ones.
No,
some
no,
of them.
no. Wait. You
And
know
he
something?
will
Here we
not
go
give
again.
his taxes. If I was
Here we
Hillary,
go again.
I will say, I will debate you anytime you want. Show your taxes.
Okay.
We've shown 30 years.
Since we brought up
He
Hillary,
will
we're going to go there
never,
next.
Ever do that.
Since you brought up Hillary, let's go there next.
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to answer him on the 3,800, which is a bunch of BS. When you have 500 companies and you're a billionaire like he is, you've got people, and I had the same problem when I'm not a billionaire. I live from paycheck to paycheck, But when we had a family restaurant, we always had somebody trying to sue us. Somebody that tripped. Somebody said they slipped. Somebody said they choked on something. It happens. Believe me when I'm trying to tell you. When they think you're doing good in business, there's always scammers out
somebody
there.
choked on something.
No, let's
Oh,
get.
my God.
No, Hillary.
No,
Hillary's accepted
wait.
millions
No,
of
no,
dollars
excuse me.
from countries
Okay, excuse me.
that got no respect
You
whatsoever for
were
women.
talking about
Do you support the way Saudi
Trump.
Arabia
Excuse me.
treats women?
You mentioned Trump.
I answered you.
Trump
No, I
is
answered
not going to give up his taxes.
you. No, yes, he is.
The
He said he
question
is.
is,
He said he is.
will you vote for him
No,
if
wait.
he doesn't give his taxes?
Well, yeah, I'm going to vote for him, yes.
Even if he doesn't
Because
show his taxes?
There's no law says he has to.
Excuse me. Even
Show
though
me a
he
law
doesn't-
that says
so
he has
no,
to.
that's not the question.
That's not the issue.
That's not the question.
Show me a law. Show me a law where he has to.
Are you going
Show me
to
a law.
vote for him?
Okay. Will you vote?
Everybody
Okay.
does it.
Yes, I will.
Because it,
Now, I'm
it
gonna ask you a
shows
question.
what?
I'm going to ask you a
It
question.
shows their business.
Okay.
It shows how good they're doing.
Yes.
And you want to know something else?
said-
You're right about
He
businesses.
said it should be done by
Things
September.
do happen.
He hopes to have it, the audit done by
Oh.
September, and he said he will put
hopes.
them out.
Well, you know something? It's interesting how the IRS says, well, we're doing an audit, but he certainly can show you
All right.
what we're doing.
Now, let me ask you a question.
And
since
he's
I
not
answered
doing
you,
it.
I answered your question. I'm going to ask you a question.
you know, that's
Will you vote
that's,
for
that is-
Hillary if she refuses to release her speeches to the Wall Street banks? Will you vote for her?
You know,
What?
well, first of all, if she's
Answer the question.
if-
Yes
if-
or no?
somebody pays her, she doesn't own the speeches.
Oh,
They
okay.
paid for her.
okay. Now,
They own the speeches.
there's no law on
And there's
IRS.
no reason why.
There's no
excuse me,
law on
There
a
is no
candidate.
reason why
You're a
they're not
hypocrite.
giving them
You're a
back.
damn hypocrite.
No, I'm
There is-
not.
there is no law
Yeah.
on a presidential candidate having to release his taxes. You're a damn hypocrite.
You know something, ladies and
If you
gentlemen?
wanna-
I say, oh, wait.
Okay.
Speeches to IRS. Ladies and gentlemen, if that's the best he's got.
You're saying you're against Wall Street, but yet you're taking thousands and millions of dollars from them. Okay? You say you're for national security, but yet you got over 3,000 classified that could get people killed. Emails that are top secret, high level clearance
And,
emails.
you know, it's quite interesting
support
that
that.
nobody has brought anything out. But, Al,
We talked about Father's Day, right?
Al,
Wait,
Trump,
let's get
you,
back to Father's
you have
Day for
to
a minute.
know
Can we get back to Father's Day?
being racist remarks
Can we get back
that
to
he
Father's
made.
Day? What racist remark? Tell me what racist
Ah,
remark. Tell me.
I got a black guy. I got a black guy. Where is he? He's
Wait,
a
tell me.
Negro. A black guy.
No,
Come
he,
here. Come here.
he
Come here.
never ever
Said
said Negro
Negro.
or
All
black
right,
guy.
black.
See, that's a bunch
He
of
didn't
BS.
say black?
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
What did he say?
He didn't say any of that.
Well, he counted. He says, I got a black
No,
friend
no.
here.
He said African American who had a big sign.
Oh.
That was saying
So, he said African American.
The sign said blacks for Donald Trump.
you know-
for Trump.
you know it's
So
a-
he said I have an African American,
you know,
and they showed the sign.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You're a bunch of BS.
You want to know something very interesting? He looks like this, looking for an African American,
No,
and he
there was a
finds
guy.
one.
No, that's BS.
Finds one.
That's BS. You know something? I take this as an insult from you. First of all, my sister-in-law is African American. My brother-in-law is Puerto Rican, black Puerto Rican. Okay, my sister is married to a guy from Costa Rica. What I'm trying to tell you is, I take it personal. If I even ever thought he was a racist, I'd walk away. I would walk away. I know damn well. And I went to his headquarters. He's got people of all walks of life that work for him.
Who are getting paid.
Americans.
Who are getting paid. And by the
But
way,
they're Americans.
excuse me, why
You
does
always
he,
wanted to
why
buy.
does he have to hire people to be at his events?
What are you talking about?
He's
Who?
gonna.
Wait, tell me who he hired.
He's gonna have a.
Wait,
wait a minute.
I've been to
He has
25,
a-
30
excuse me.
events around the country.
Well,
tell me who he hired.
Excuse me. When he came down the escalator
Right.
with his wife to
Yes.
announce
Okay.
his presidency,
Okay.
there were about 400 or 500 people there. They were paid.
They were friends.
to
No, they
be
weren't.
there.
They were reporters. They
were
No,
paid
they
to
weren't.
be
They were
there.
veterans. They weren't.
Ladies and gentlemen,
You had
I'm
Steve-
right on this one.
You had Steve Stefanik from New Hampshire. You had Fred Doucette. You had Matt Sipolowski. You had another guy, Zach. There was a bunch of people, Mary, Lisa, all New Hampshire people were there. I couldn't make it because I was out of town. You're lying. You're not telling the
You
truth.
want to bet?
You never tell the truth.
You want to bet?
Yeah, I will bet you.
I always
I'll bet
tell
you.
it. How much?
How much?
Let's do something.
Want to get Fred Doucette on the phone?
No.
I'll call Fred Doucette and ask him how many
You
New
wouldn't
Hampshire.
know. They just found out.
No.
You know,
I will get them on the phone.
what you don't understand is
What don't I understand?
they're now playing the
What
big
don't I
game.
understand?
Trump is playing the little game, and now it's going to come out. Every
Like what?
single thing he said, every
Like what? Tell
every
me what?
awful thing that he has done
Tell
is
me
coming
what?
out.
Tell me what?
I
You're
thi-
bringing in
I, well, I
BS.
think he's
What?
lying about his finances. I don't think he's a $20 billion person.
He's not a $20
He's
billion.
pretty-
He said
probably-
I
he's-
think almost 10, 9 billion.
Yeah, I don't think
That's what he
so.
said. So
Okay. Well,
you
that
expanded
would
the date.
be-
You
excuse me,
lied 20 billion.
That would
Okay.
be really interesting.
Tell me what else.
To find that. How
What
about
else?
his taxes?
Tell me what else. Get away from the taxes. What else? Tell me what else.
All right.
What did he say that's racist? Tell me. Tell me what he said that's racist.
Let's move on.
No. I want to know.
It's
You
move
made
on.
a comment. I'm his veterans chair. I would never in
Well,
a million
how
years
about-
support
excuse
somebody
me,
that was a racist.
How about
I take it as an
how
insult.
about a reporter
I wanna know.
who had muscular dystrophy,
Nope.
and he went, and he's asking me all these questions, and he didn't know. I mean, excuse me.
He explained
the
that.
person is
He explained
is
that.
sick.
Okay. How about Hillary Clinton?
That makes a lot
How
of
about
people
Hillary
who
Clinton?
are having a hard
Bark-
time in life.
Barking like
Shame
a
on you.
dog. How about Hillary Clinton talking bad about the people, the combat veterans that are showing up at the rallies for Trump, and she's calling them names and everything else? How about that?
Excuse me. What names would they call him?
She's calling them crazy, stupid people that are
You have
unknowledgeable.
that. Excuse me.
That's what she's
all right,
calling.
Okay, so you have that where she's
You got
saying
thousands of
that
veterans
they're
showing up to
stupid.
support.
The veterans are stupid.
That's what she's saying.
Stupid.
That's what Hillary. You support that?
Excuse me.
Do you support what she
and they're
said?
stupid and
Do
they're
you
crazy.
support what she said?
Al.
Do you
Al,
support what she said?
never said that.
Yes, she did.
No, she
Yes,
didn't.
she did.
Then you ought to be able
Look
to
up
find
what the
it.
Democrats and
How
Hillary
much
Clinton
money
said
do
about
you
the
want
people
to
that show
bet
up.
on this one?
Oh, I'll bet you right now. I'll bet you. How much?
All right, we'll bet $1,000.
Yeah.
All right, you're saying that Hillary Clinton
To save you money, I'll show you.
have said that veterans are crazy.
To save you, no, the people that show up to his rallies, they're veterans. They're thousands. They're women.
No, okay.
They're children.
So she's
They're normal people, Americans.
We're talking about veterans.
No, because they're there. When she talks about the people,
She said that veterans were
she said,
crazy.
What didn't you understand? I said the people, veterans are there. Combat veterans are there.
Ladies and gentlemen, guess what?
Look what I said.
We can re-reel this back and find out.
Replay this here. Look at the beginning where I say the people that are there, that are veterans,
Al,
combat veterans, Americans.
Let me ask you.
I reset it.
Let me ask you. When are you finally going to realize that this guy is not who you think he is?
Because I disagree. I disagree.
He is what you think he is.
Millions of people disagree with you.
Well,
millions.
It seems now he's not fighting and making fun of 16 or 15 other people. Now he's got nothing to do.
When are you going to
and
realize
he's not
that
saying anything of substance,
Hillary
is he?
Clinton dropped the ball
Ladies and
on
gentlemen,
Benghazi?
he's going to build a wall.
Yeah, he is. He's a man of his word.
No, he's not
He
going to build
is a
wall.
man of his word.
He'll have reasons.
You're assuming.
If he ever
You're assuming.
became
Have you met him?
president,
Have you
he
met
would
him?
be the president who
Have
told the
you
most
met him?
lies that he never did anything.
You're a typical liberal progressive, but you've never met him.
Look.
He's like a rock with lips.
I know.
A rock with lips got no brains.
Have I ever?
They run their mouths.
Have I ever met him?
Huh?
I met you.
Yeah.
Who love him?
I would never
to me,
ever.
I met him.
I would never ever put my name on a candidate that wasn't 150% behind by the veterans, or if he was a racist, because it would be an insult to my family,
Al,
like your insult to my family.
Al,
you insult me. You insulted my family.
Al, and I started the show. You can go back and find it. I said that. Guess what? You must be commended for doing everything for the vets. I mean, every time we see you on TV, it's about the vets.
Because I'm
not
have to. Somebody's
talking
gotta fight for
about
them.
you. I'm saying congratulations.
Okay, no.
But I'm saying you.
But you're talking racist.
No, you're betting on
and
the
you got
wrong
nothing
horse.
You're calling him a racist, and you got nothing to back it. You were silent. You couldn't speak out.
Well,
you had nothing.
No, we can bring. We can
you
bring
throw a
stuff
bunch
in.
of BS with no fact. Expand.
We can bring stuff in.
Expand. Bring it in.
All right.
Bring it in. Let's discuss it.
Hold on a second.
Let's discuss it.
Do I think he is a racist? Ladies and gentlemen, I do not believe that Trump is a racist.
Thank
I'm
you.
believing he's really stupid and said some racist things.
Look at the source. He who lives in glass houses should never throw stones.
I got a better one.
Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, I want to bring
People
something.
who live in glass houses should not throw
Hey,
parties. I
There's
like that one
already
better.
proof that's come out of the committee there that the Benghazi, those veterans and ambassador that were slaughtered, okay?
They weren't,
It was because of a movie. Let me finish.
ladies
Let
and
me
gentlemen,
finish.
yeah,
It was
we-
Hillary
we
said
know about
it was
Benghazi.
because of a movie.
Guess who took him to the
Wait,
hospital?
it was because of a movie.
Guess who took him to the hospital?
Yes, the Americans that went over there and got them.
No, it wasn't the Americans.
Oh no, it was
some
the
of
people.
the people
Some other
who were
people
there
that found them. Right, they found
took
them
them.
in the street.
So
yeah.
guess what? Not
But-
everyone
okay.
was.
But let me finish.
All right.
Let me finish where I'm going
Go
with
ahead.
this. She, after that next day, she said it was about a movie. The parents at the funeral were told by Hillary Clinton, okay, on how her son, their children died, their family members, their children. My kids, no matter how old they are, they'll always be my children. They're saying today she lied because the truth came out in the committee, and I listened to the
what did she
hearing
say?
because it
What did
was
she
not
say?
about a movie. It was about running guns, okay, into Syria.
Who was running guns?
That's what he was there for.
Who?
The ambassador. That's what he was there
He was
for.
running guns into Syria.
They were running
Just
guns.
when I don't think it can get any better,
You don't
it
believe that?
does.
You don't
now
believe that?
he says Benghazi, the guy was killed for running guns?
No, he was doing to help you remember the money that was funded for them to arm?
No, that
arm
was
and train-
Reagan. That
No,
was
no,
Ollie North
no,
downstairs.
No, you're wrong.
I can't believe this. Thank you, God.
Get up to date with history, Ken.
Millions of dollars was allocated.
Even God comes in.
Millions of dollars was allocated to train the rebels in Syria. They brought in weapons. The ambassador's one of his missions was to get those weapons to these rebels and working with the CIA to train those
But,
rebels. Read the news.
Al, I just can't
Are
believe
you saying I'm wrong?
You're the gift that keeps on
Are
giving.
you saying I'm
Now,
wrong? Wait,
Benghazi
I'm a military guy. Are you saying I'm
Benghazi
wrong?
is sort of going down because there's nothing there. But now they have him running guns.
Are you saying I'm wrong?
And that was why he was killed? Because he was running guns?
Are you saying I'm wrong?
Yes.
You're saying I'm wrong.
So he was running guns. That's
Where's
why.
God when you
was
need
he
him?
killed?
God, your
Was
computer's
he killed
faster
because he
than
was
mine.
running guns?
No, I don't know why he was killed.
But he was running guns.
I don't know why he was killed. But yes, they were getting the guns to the weapons to the rebels. We invested money to train them.
So
What don't you understand?
who attacked
we invested millions of
So
dollars.
who attacked them?
The Al
Not the
Qaeda,
rebel.
the groups there.
Not the people they were
the
giving the
terrorists.
guns to.
The terrorists, no,
Okay.
no, the other groups.
Now they're running guns. Al, I just love doing this show.
You
I really
don't
do.
believe me.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. And
Dick,
I don't
help
think
me out
anyone
here,
else
Dick.
will believe you either.
Dick, help me out on this.
And you know what's interesting about this, ladies and gentlemen? As he's doing this, let me talk a little bit about public access. Look, you may not like this show. You may think that I or he or both of us are absolutely crazy. You may think that we do this and hate each other. We don't, because politically we don't agree, etc. But this is the only place on public access that you can do this. You will never see this anywhere else. Donald Trump, if he keeps talking about the liberal media, Donald Trump, please come here. This is the only
No,
media
why
where
would he
you
waste
can
his time
say
with you?
anything you want. Public access is probably the most important area of getting anything out that you want. So, see that right here? If you want to, you can come. We'll give you 5 minutes to sit right there. You may give us hell, I guess I can say hell, or you can commend us.
Why
you
would he
may
waste his
take
time
his
coming down
side,
here with
and
you?
you may be against me. You may take my side and be against him, but you may sit right here. Public access. Remember, you will never see something like this, Al and I. Isn't that true?
What's that?
Would
I
they
agree with
ever put you and I on regular TV?
Probably not.
What do you mean,
You know,
probably not?
And the reason we probably do 1 or 2 shows there, and then people on regular TV would read through what you say, just like we read through the liberal media with their yellow journalism. We wouldn't last long.
You know,
If you could tell the truth, then maybe.
You know something, Al? Let me tell you something. I did a lot of radio, okay? So I kind of know what's good and what's bad. I got news for you.
Okay.
If they ever put us on like MUR, 15 minutes at a time, not a commercial every 5 minutes, 15 minutes at a time, I guarantee you
Okay.
we would go national. I promised we'd go national. But MUR won't do it. They won't put you
Okay.
on, and they won't put me on. Shame on you.
Here we go.
Public access is the place
Hey,
to be.
Here we go. I want you to do a Google search here, and there's so many articles here on the CIA running an arms smuggling team in Benghazi when consulate was attacked. Hillary Clinton, their mission was to overthrow Gaddafi and other stuff there and what was going on.
What did that have to do with that?
It has
This
to do
was
with Benghazi.
after.
No. This has
This
because-
had to- excuse
but
me,
this had to do with
to do
Benghazi.
with Benghazi?
But Hillary was involved in the overthrow
No,
of Gaddafi.
excuse me.
Hillary,
We're
no.
talking about
Let me finish.
Benghazi.
Let me finish. You
now
shut me
you're
off.
talking about
No.
overthrowing.
Because that's how
Gaddafi.
Benghazi started. You're not listening to me. You don't
Okay.
know. You got to, run the dots
Yes.
on how this happened.
Well,
Okay? Look
I
at-
don't think the
Here.
listeners need
Now,
baby steps.
good thing you didn't
But
get
I
me.
don't think the business.
Look at all the articles.
All right.
Don't believe me. Look at all the articles
U.S.
about running
Ambassador
guns.
Chris may have been linked to. Are you ready for this?
Go to the other
Heavy
ones.
weapons, jihad. Oh, he was.
Wait.
Oh my God.
Listen.
He was a jihadist now.
Look at CBS. Look at CNN. All the articles here that they talked
well,
about.
I don't have.
They're all here.
I don't have time to read it
Okay.
all.
Oh, please waste my
wait,
time.
Wait, no, we got 2 minutes
Okay.
left. What do you want me to do?
Are we okay? But the truth hurts. You don't know. You don't track this stuff like I do. Okay? We never even got a chance
you know,
to talk about New Hampshire
you know,
on
Al,
how only 62 Republicans
Al.
voted with the Democrats to give money to the police when we should be giving the money
Yes,
to
and,
the
ladies,
to the
and
drug
ladies
program.
and gentlemen, the reason
We never
why
even got to
we
talk that.
have had a speaker named Sean Jasper is because a lot of Republicans and Democrats voted for him over your
35
friend.
Republicans and 180 something Democrats
And
voted
that
for him.
was the majority.
That was the majority.
So do you know who the 35 Republicans
we
were?
have an idea, yes.
Did you get
We have
them?
an idea.
Did you get them?
We know.
Did
We
you get
know.
them?
Yeah, we know.
You
know.
didn't get them.
We know.
Okay.
Some of them might not get reelected, but we know.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? We got conservatives running against
All
them.
right.
Make sure you vote in a conservative there, because what's happening? We're the ones that want smaller government, want government out of your house, out of your home.
And it
We want to take care of our
took
schools.
a-
We want to make sure we take care of mental health. We want to make sure we don't want to give money, more money for overtime to the police when we got these drug addict problems we got to take care of. I voted against the bill. How did you vote?
Ladies and gentlemen,
How did you vote?
It took a Democrat to stand up in the House of Representatives and keep talking for 14 or 15 hours just to get the Republicans to bring 3 bills up having to do with guns,
14
etc.
Did
And
you
guess
did you
what,
just lie again?
And guess
Hey.
what? Guess what, ladies and gentlemen?
Did you just lie
A
again? 14
Democrat
hours.
did it. And how much was
Did
it?
you just lie? It was only about 3 hours, on the
No,
on
it
1,000.
was like 14.
No, it wasn't. You
All
were
right,
there
we got a
14
minute.
hours.
How can people get in touch with you?
Very simple. Go to my website, www.albaldasau.com. Read my Twitters there, or go to my Twitter account, al.baldasau. I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. My phone number is 425-6997. Or you can stop by my house at 41 Hall Road, question me on anything I said here, and we'll go to my computer
And they can
and
come
I'll
here.
show you.
And they can come right
Or
here.
you can come here and get the facts
And
from me.
what show does that?
Okay?
What
What's
show does that? No show tells them
No,
they
no
come
show
in.
does.
Oh, that's right.
But
All right.
what
My
shows-
name is Ken Gidge. This is the Art of Politics. It's fun. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we do this. We have fun. Maybe you get a little out of it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you think he's crazy. Maybe you think I'm crazy. Maybe,
Yeah, he is.
all right, maybe everybody's crazy, but so what? We
Okay, time's up.
do want to thank you. We got 14 seconds. We got 14 seconds. Ready? You got to say goodbye. Wait a minute. You have to say goodbye. Thank you very much. YouTube,
Donald Trump.
Hillary.
That's a wrap.
You.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.